Evening all, or one. Just the one? We'll go with it. So, why am I live? I'm live because I have no laptop. My laptop decided to turn into a meltdown, or have a meltdown. Hi guys, evening, Farmer 2003. Hi all. Anyway, but what I was saying, reason I'm live this week, as you can tell, there's been no videos yet because my laptop had an absolute meltdown. So I've managed to take that away and get it fixed. But an interesting thing this morning I read in NFU magazine was the lack of youngsters coming through in agriculture, and the reasons why. So I thought, quite frankly, why not have a chat about it? So anything you guys are thinking about it, please put little questions and comments in, and I'll do my best to see them while I'm loading the trailer at the moment, ready for tomorrow morning. Because first thing in the morning, it can be an absolute pain loading up. Oh, I'm in a bit of a moment here. Ah, so you guys think there's no money in farming, that's what driving the youth away. Hi Jack. You keep putting statements and I'll put in my opinions. Right, so you think there's no money in farming? Well, that's a yes and no answer, and it depends what you're trying to do. Now, there's one skill I personally believe isn't looked into enough in farming, and it's because generationally no one's had to do it. And before I say what it is, like, every sort of farmer that I know of, I grew up with, sells to the market, a market which is a price dictated by how much everything's going up and down, or basically demand. So if demand's high, price is high. If demand's low, price is low, which isn't a fixed control price by you. Now, but you're going to get that if you haven't marketed. So the number one skill that I think is missing from all of ag is marketing, right? And those of you youngsters that are sort of, you know, coming up through the ranks, and youngsters that would love to get into farming but don't want to because you just said it a minute ago, which is there's no money in it. Well, that's totally not true. There is more than enough industries working off the base of agriculture. Hi Beth Hughes, or Will, sorry, forgot. If I miss any of your sort of highs and stuff, I'm sorry. I'm trying to sort of stay on topic. So, if you think about it like this, if you learn to market and market whatever you want yourself, and like think of it like Yo Valley yogurt, you know, they started that off themselves, marketed themselves, grew into what they are. That is where your success stories are. Come up with a product and market the absolute hell out of it. We had to learn to market ourselves, but if you get into ag and then sell to a market or directly to a slaughterhouse or to a packing company, depending if you're in veg, or the grain buyers, you are always going to be snubbed and dictated to by basically the man. If you get out of that, come up with a product which you think may be good for a consumer, and then market that right, you will get there. There's a guy I follow on Instagram called Jay Hill. If anyone follows him, he is brilliant at marketing. Absolutely brilliant at marketing. They grow hay, chaff hay. They're also growing chilies, but not chilies for eating, chilies for the cosmetic industry. Now, even I didn't know that. Definitely didn't know that was a thing. But, oh, sorry. Nearly pushed the pallet off the trailer. In a minute, I'll spin you around so you can see what's going on. There's not enough encouragement for the youth. Now, I'd agree with you. I'd actually agree with you on that, because I don't know where you're all coming from, but there's a lot of young lads that I know that their fathers and mothers are like, don't get in farming, we don't want you getting farming, which I think is an absolute travesty, to be honest, because if you grow up around something and you love it, it's kind of what you want to do. And anyone not in ag and not loving it, you're not doing it right. It is in the blood most of the time, I totally agree, but with a lot of people that I follow on social media, I sort of watch some of the most amount of first time farmers that I've ever seen in my life. Off my head, Chief Shepherdess, her and her partner, they're first time farmers, and they're doing it, and they're doing it well. There's a guy up the road from me, if any of you look up How Now Dairy on Instagram, check him out. He's not a first time farmer, but he's sort of a skipper generation farmer. He's making it work with 40 dairy cows. If you do join him, say Justin sent you to him. It'd be funny for me. But so yeah, encouragement for youth to come through is massively lacking, whether it's from the family or because it's not something that is sort of advertised, is it? Lewis Brown, his Royal Shortness, I was hoping to get him to say hi before he left work, but unfortunately he's had to shoot. He's picking up his son tonight, so he's on daddy duties. But before I whip off topic again, there are bunches of first-time farmers that you can see on Instagram, YouTube, all over the place, which are getting it done and doing it. At the end of the day, when you work for yourself, it's so much more enjoyable than working for someone else. Now, back in the day, I worked in a pub as like a second chef, and quite frankly, apart from like learning how to cook a bunch of stuff, which is quite honestly crap, being able to work in like the great outdoors, in stunning scenery, like I know I'm in a shed baling sometimes, but like generally I'm outside doing what I want to do with so much freedom. It's really, really enjoyable. And I couldn't honestly think of doing anything else. But anything else you guys are thinking? I've always been told to do it. What am I doing? I'm loading trailers with stuff for tomorrow morning. Okay, like William, I'm guessing you're older generation. Yeah, some youngsters don't want to get their hands dirty and do manual stuff, but I find quite a lot that do. I've never had trouble finding lads that want to stack hay. I do coach rugby, so it helps being able to do that. Casto, to happily work for someone else. Yeah, there's a safety in employment. I totally respect that. But it is a worrying thing, because if youngsters do not come through, the aging agricultural workforce is constantly getting older all the time. And the only way that's going to stop is if some youngsters get involved in a minute. But as the ag community, where do you think it should sort of start? Should it start at home? Does NFU Farmers Weekly need to get involved? Does it need to be some like massive push for advertisement getting in agriculture? Like, because in this day and age, you don't have to pay for advertisement, because there's Instagram, Facebook, there's like everything to work with. Awesome, you're going to ag college to do a diploma. Uh, 14 and bought yourself your first tractor. Awesome. I bet you worked hard for that. 14, bought your first tractor. Christ, the only thing I bought when I was 14 were rugby boots. Yeah, Casto, I agree. I think agriculture had a bit of a boost recently. But whether we get remembered, well, that's a different kettle of fish. Hello from Dublin. Hi, Matthew. £1,000 needs to complete rebuild, but it's a start. Hey, the best way to learn mechanics is take something apart. But some of you youngsters have recently just found some of the videos that Adam and I first put up of, like, again, back to the marketing thing. Like, all our beef, not lamb at the moment, I'm selling my cousin still, but we sell it all direct, and that was just through word of mouth and Facebook. Glad you love working on a herd. 16-year-old someone, I missed the rest of it. Just so you guys can see what I'm up to. I'll give you a little change of scenery in a second. Gonna flip you around, but I'll still be yakking to you. Yeah, I've heard that, Casso. There are more and more people starting to go the direct route and build a little customer base, and I think that's so much healthier than selling to supermarkets and basically being told what you're going to be paid for things by slaughterhouses, packing houses. Yeah, sorry Abby, probably scaring you. Did you have? Yeah, we used to have Matt Bro, long time ago. Then we had Merlots for a while, and we obviously still got one Merlot. We've got 2 little JCBs. That's not the reason for the headstock though. When we're buying a Fent, I don't see a Fent coming here. Not that I don't like them, I love Fents. Yeah, it's, well, it's different from me because I'm not a first time farmer, so yeah, this is mine and my parents' farm. Do you think farming will be better without the EU? Oh, the EU question. Short term, not so sure because politicians seem to be absolutely useless. Long term, I think it could potentially be better if we could have a more open market where we can sell to more places rather than just messing around with the EU and working with their rules. But again, I think it's more getting back to basics and selling. My personal thing is trying to get to like pasture raised stuff or grass fed, homegrown, and like direct to the customer. That's sort of where I sort of lie within things. And obviously we don't really deal much with a huge amount of human food now, but we still do enough. Like, I think we slaughter like a bullock a month, which is, it's not bad going. Hello Grace. Oops, someone made a hole in a pallet. So, whilst you're watching this, what else, especially if you are the younger sort of generation right now, do you want to get into farming? Are you hoping to get into farming? You like the idea of it, but are you on the fence on that there's not enough money to earn in it? Send something through. You're 16 of purchased a Case Puma. That must be on Farm Simulator. That cannot be. Trying to concentrate on talking to you guys and operating my forks is not the easiest thing in the world. You'd like to get into farming, Rupert? It is possible. You can do it. Guys, at the end of the day, if you want to get into it and you're worried about the risk of getting into it straight away, there's so many options on the table. Like, rent a field, have a couple of sheep, see if you can start selling some lamb, and you're in it. What you do after that, there's also, like, I don't know about every other county, you guys have to sort of say from your areas. Down here in Devon, we've got starter farms. I don't know if that is in every county, but so you can apply to get onto a starter farm, then you can build sort of your stock, and then you can upgrade that's not a bad way of getting involved. Oh, I'll straighten up this side. Oh, side shift's brilliant, but not on this one because I don't have a side shift on the big telly, and that's only on the little one and the forklift. But side shift is a dream normally. But as it's so cold, I've stayed in this one. Oh, what's that, Harlan? I'm 15, I want to get in a farm and a family built a farm. You and your dad split the money. Yeah, there's many different options, like of splitting profit and stuff like that. I've never really taken a lot of money out of the farm. I pay a very minimal amount of cash, but I'm not really worried about it. Like, I know some people have these epic ambitions of what they want to do. I just love it. I couldn't think of anything else I'd rather do. I love it. All my bills get catered for by the farm. You work as a bank manager and you started to grow a farm? You didn't sort of finish your sentence. Right, I'm gonna bring you back around. Oh, sorry guys, I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's better. I'm back. Yeah, sorry, I was having a bit of a moment there. I'm just trying to get my phone out of that holder, so I'm putting it back over there. Cool. I meant to say I work as a bank manager and I'm starting to grow pumpkins. Asparagus is a good thing to grow. I know some guys down in Cornwall that put hot water, well, basically heated a field so they can grow it like all year round. And asparagus gets a good price. Pumpkins, especially around Halloween, the amount of farms down here now that are doing, so obviously you've got pick a Christmas tree. There's loads of farms doing like pick your own pumpkins. So, you know, there's like options on the table everywhere. And that's like, pick your own on like any form of veg, whether it's pumpkin. Pick your own is a great way of getting people like to you. Once they find you, like everything else, you can market all sorts of things. Like if you can get people to where you are, that's as good as like social media, advertising, and everything. I'm sort of finishing this machine, but yeah, it just pains me to see something like what I read this morning, that there is such a lack of youngsters getting involved. I know there's young lads down here around us that are always asking if we've got any spare work and stuff like that, but obviously that's on a part-time basis. But there's also guys I know that work for like 2 or 3 different farms, like part-time, which makes up their full wages, which, you know, then you get like benefit of learning like 3 times faster, and then where you take that afterwards, you know, it's sort of sky's the limit. I can't believe I've chatted on for 25 minutes. You guys must be bored to death of me. But oh, nice. Everyone loves a Massey. Technically, the JCBs are Masseys. got the same engine. But what else do you guys think? Because, like, something's sort of got to be done in... If this is the case, something needs to be looked in about it. But the fact that I'm still reading these articles now, sort of, to me, feels like not enough's been done for it yet. All about who you know, what you know. Well, I was told by a whole bunch of old guys that it's all about who you know, not what you know. And there is quite a lot of fact to that, isn't there, Casto? Like, at the end of the day, look at Richard Branson. He's where he is, and he never really passed. Well, he never passed his university degree. Oh yeah. But if you've got the mindset to do something and you put in the effort, you'll always get the outcome. You think agriculture should be taught in schools? I would quite agree with that. Maybe a technology / ag course should be available for, like, kids in mainline school. I know there's ag colleges, but, like, how do you know you want to get into agriculture if you've got to wait till 16, 17, 18 to get to ag college? Well, I know it's got a Valtra engine, Fergie engine, it's all sort of the same thing, isn't it? Hi Liam at Case Farms, hope you're well. Did I go to college? I went to uni and did a sports science degree, so I didn't go to ag college, but I studied in nutrition, which then I applied that to sort of haylage and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, oh, I've gone dark, 1 second, I'll get things lit up here. It isn't easy. I think it's actually easier editing videos than trying to be live and keep putting the camera everywhere. My son has taken the class in high school. Oh, get on! Right, so the US are getting things done about it. I also noticed a lot of there's more first time YouTube farming channels in the States than there is over here. So young lads that want to sort of, like, change the narrative, like, have a crack. Adam, I just saw you message it again because I missed it. You're going to have to bear with me for a second because I've got to put this away. Between mirrors and the camera on the side of the fast track. Yeah, I know, I was hoping Adam would be here to be on screen, but again, he had a shoot. I'm surprised he isn't absolutely trash talking me right now. Oh, Arsenal bale prices. Let's say averagely a £5. But I'm not going to go into specifics. Did Adam jump through the door? No, I broke the door, I reversed the telehandler into a telehandler. It's a long story. It's been really, really busy recently. And it was me that put an axe through my foot. and it's me that broke a laptop. So I'm hoping, bad luck usually comes in threes, I'm hoping that's it for a while. Right, I'm back properly now. Oh. So, whoever it was a minute ago, I'm glad to hear the US are doing more about this sort of situation. I broke a torn digger. My dad was, honestly, my old man would probably, you know, pay anyone to take me if he could. I am a mobile liability. Adam loves me, but he gets to fix everything. Just check everything's square a minute. To all that have just joined, welcome to Live-ish at 5-ish. Might be a new thing if I get more stuff to talk about. It's quite handy to be able to do these. Come over to the States, honestly. I would absolutely love that. No, Adam and I are not related. I noticed there are no birds in the background. Oh, yeah. Animal rights might pop up, so, well, actually, you know, protesters of some description. All I do is work. Well, thankfully, see, youngsters, there's perks to this. If there's another outbreak of some deadly disease, agriculture is probably the best thing to be in because you don't actually have to stop. You have loads of space to go and play in. So it's actually a good crack. Adam doesn't work for us, Adam works with us. My old man and I think wording of things is quite important, and with is more team orientated than for. And Adam is a great team player. So is Charlie. They're both pretty awesome. Right, I'm pretty much sorted, so I'm going to sort of balance here and finish having a chat. Larger trials, I get it, hey team. Well, I don't know what that's about. Well, yeah, there's no I in team. My dog's with my missus. Adam's dog is with him. When the black beanie's going to be on eBay soon. I just made a new order. Yeah, I know. Adam is a awesome member of the team. Messages go so fast. Concentration in his face or dead comments. Honestly, my reading's crap, and trying to keep up with your comments is like, it's all right when they're going slowly, but when they start going fast. Was there I didn't know that, apprenticeship system funded by the government. I didn't know about that. Conditions of the mowers. We don't have conditioners on the mowers because don't need them. We usually go in with a tedder like really soon, like after cutting. So it does the same thing, but obviously not having tedders nearly close to half the price of a set of triples. So it's just more logical, and have big turners so to make endurance. What ride am I going to do? We have a 10-foot Toro. I've got to do a video on it. I haven't managed to do that yet. Oh, whoever said something about, I didn't see that. But more importantly, youth, getting the youth more interested in ag. So the schools, getting schools to do a course subscription could be a fantastic idea. I don't think that's bad at all, because waiting to get to like sixth form age, to go to ag college, you know, there could be, there's only going to be like diehards that really want to get into it, but it doesn't give everyone the chance to have a taste or, like, you know, have a go at it. Even if there was like a sort of a, you know, I know that there's the farm visit thing done, farm tours done by Farmers Weekly and stuff like that. I hate school much rather be in farming. Honestly, you say that, and I was told that school's the best time of your life. I think back, and it wasn't half easier being at school. Need to be told. People do need to be told about farming, but again, I do think, like, you know, youngsters, primary schools, you know, before sixth form age should be taken out to a farm 2 or 3 times, different farms. Sort of education needs to sort of change, because that's another topic. I'm not going to get into that now. But, like, you know, there's only one way to change it, and that is enough people starting to talk about it. Yeah, I've seen it. Schools do veg patches. Also, show the food comes from. Oh, that's another topic that I want to sort of address at a different time. It's all well and right. So, we in agriculture are constantly saying that people need to know where their food comes from. But why? The question is not, we think people need to know where their food comes from and how their food is grown. It's understanding why the person that we want to learn about it needs to know. So if you put yourself in the shoes of someone in a block of flats in the middle of a big city, who really doesn't care where their food comes from, how do you get them to understand that? Why? The question is, why do they need to know? But that's just my personal thought. Like, we're like in ag, we're all guilty of it. That, oh, people need to know where their food comes from. People need to know this. People need to know that. But why do they? It's like the same thing is, why do we need to? You know, we all have a mobile phone. Okay, hear me out on this. We all have a mobile phone. We all use a mobile phone. How many of you actually give a flying hoop how that phone works? As long as it works. Right? That's how I think about ag, or how I think about people thinking of how food is grown. Right? Because at the end of the day, you go buy an iPhone, you go buy a Samsung, you don't care how it works, let's face it. So, yeah, like, if you understand what I'm trying to say, as long as it works, you're happy. Until it doesn't work, then you take it and get it fixed. But still, there's a very minimal amount of people that actually care about how it works on the inside. Okay? So when it comes to food, and I'm a total believer that it'd be great if people understood where the food came from, how things are grown differently in Britain to Europe to America. You know, that's all fantastic talk. But why do they need to know? Like, are you going to sell them on health benefits that something's organic? Are you going to... they don't hate us so much when you're pulling them. No, they don't. Yes, no, I hope. I missed that in the comments. But what do you guys think? Yeah, vegans and vegetarians, like that's a topic, but like, I think that's more of a brilliant opportunity opposed to lots of people thinking it's a problem. At the end of the day, that is a customer base which will have a demand. At the moment, it's got a rising demand. So, you know, if you're thinking of getting into ag, why not think about doing a, you know, veg garden or like little veg farm, because you don't have to do it like massive scale. There's a guy called Richard. I can't remember his surname. He farms something like 10 to 20 acres in Sweden, I think he's in, and he's doing like 100, 200 grand a year on veg, which or possibly more now. And he goes through how he does it and everything. And he's got a really simple system. It's almost like a self-weeding garden. Only the other day, my geography teacher was putting the ag industry. Yeah, see, that doesn't help if you've got teachers putting down the ag industry. See, there are a lot of people that dislike us because at certain times of the year we make the world smell. Apparently we drive too slow, even though we're just trying to work. Yeah, I totally agree with that. We risk our lives to feed people with chemicals and stuff, fertilizers. We don't tend to use so much fertilizer anymore, but fertilizers, chemicals, you know, that's got like massive health implications, but I totally agree to that. Also, that's also why the organic market is sort of growing as well, because there are a lot of people starting to become aware. There are some people starting to become aware that care, and they don't want chemicals, you know, with their food, which, you know, is each their own. Everyone says what they want to do. Any more input? People. They do. Tom Pryor Palmer, I totally agree with that. People do just expect, like, think of not that long ago. Okay, right, that's City. Yeah, true, Adam. So Adam, if anyone saw Adam's comment there, it was like, yeah, totally on point. So, yeah, think of how many city kids not that long ago thought a bottle of milk came from the supermarket and not actually from a cow. It's that sort of adage, like, as long as there's food on a shelf, people don't care. Okay? So, again, the question to address on where like, how's your food grown, where's your food grown, is trying to get to the consumer and asking and finding out and figuring out why they need to know, not they need to know. Because as soon as you tell someone they need to know, they're less likely to care. And I'm going to be on for 5 more minutes. So is there anything else anyone else wants to sort of like discuss before I shoot off? Again, if you only just got here, the whole reason I've done this is because I have broken my laptop, so haven't been able to edit any of my Adam's videos whilst it's getting fixed. John Deere, God, that's like swearing around here. Almond milk, don't get me started. It's juice. It's from a plant, it's juice, it's not milk. Adam's at home, he finished work. I just putting up a video. There's ag science in Ireland. Well, why is that not in England? Now about England there. Richard Perkins, that is the guy. So if anyone hasn't seen him on YouTube, go check him out. Really, really interesting. I've watched quite a lot of it, and we don't even grow veg, but it's just really interesting. I missed the last comment. Oh, can I do that? Yes, I live on the farm. Adam doesn't, dude. Nut juice. It's got a point to it. Just now, farming snow here in... Oh, get on in Sweden. My favourite YouTube channel is Welker Farms. I really quite enjoy watching that. I think it's filmed really well as well. I'm massively learning how to film. It's pretty cold. I wouldn't say it's as cold down here as it is up north. It'd be, you know, a bit pathetic for me to say that. I was talking to someone this morning, and it's said to minus 8.4 in Scotland this morning. No, so a little bit of farm catch-up for you guys. Before Christmas, Adam and I were so up to date, it was unreal. We nearly finished hedge trimming. We have completed hardly any more hedge trimming than we did before Christmas, so we're now behind on hedge trimming. Dung spreading, I'm way behind on. This week is hard enough for me to get on the ground, but we've been so rushed. I haven't been able to get basically to dung spreading at all. When I should be. I was supposed to be doing it Monday, and it never happened. Like, here's a shed. We're missing like 4 or 5 lines there of stock. And down the back is, so down the back here, that should all be unwrapped or hay and straw, and that's empty too. Do you see yourself baling any straw this year? No, we're always reprocessing everything. Just never stop. It's -2 in Devon. Whereabouts in Devon are you? Hire someone to spread. No, well, we kind of like doing everything ourselves. We will get round to it. There's no never. Got a positive mental attitude all the time. If you youngsters, if you want it enough, you can do it. Hi, Liam. When's more livestock coming? I hope maybe at the end of this year things are going to be sort of happening on that way of things, because I've got like loads of my old customers still want lamb, so I'm thinking maybe that might happen again. And there's something else I'm got to build in the spring when it's a bit warmer, but I'll get to that when I get there. -2 in Honiton. Wow. Would we ever go bale straw ourselves? We used to, but it's more cost effective just to get in on a lorry than drag a tractor and baler to somewhere and then tractors and trailers to somewhere. It's just easier to get in a lorry. It means we can sort of focus on what we want to focus on. A huge thing, one of the biggest points of what me and the Big Boss Man work around is time efficiency. -5 in Kent. Oh, I feel sorry for you. Oh, that sounds horrible. I hope you're indoors by a fire in the warm. But yeah, a lot of what we do is time efficient farming. So it's like gear that's big enough, things like that. So we're not sort of running ourselves ragged. Concentration phase. Any thoughts on any older fast track besides the new? Love all fast tracks, but we try to buy things with warranty and then usually ship them out before warranty's over. Something I'll get into again on a different video. Any news on getting a truck for deliveries? There are things happening in the background. You'll just have to wait and see. Something that should be happening soon. Are we planning to grow the farm? So last year we took on over 100 acres on rented ground. -16 in Nebraska. Holy hell. Jesus. That must be horrendous. Oh, no messages. Right, so what was I on about a second ago? This is the worst thing. I start reading things, I forget where I was. So yeah, back to time efficiency. Everything we try to work here is based around saving time. So we can basically do more at any one given time. Oh, yeah, Jonathan, honestly, when you keep seeing comments come up here on the side of the screen and I'm talking about something and then I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, this was far easier when there was Adam and I. So one of us was talking and one of us was reading. But I'm sure I can get there. Bit of practice. If you had to buy a pre-2000 tractor on it, so if there are plans, if I get the chance of something, I want to buy the tractor that I basically learnt driving, which is a Fiat 8894. Not for big work, but just for like, a little run around tractor, around a farm, post-hole boring, things like that, log splitting. I'd love that. So, it's something on the cards. There's always something on the cards. Oh, I said last 5 minutes. I've gone like 7 minutes already. My timekeeping is absolutely terrible. For someone that's always trying to be time efficient. I'm sort of lingering on. Anyway, how much wood do we process a year? Oh, I haven't done a video on that, have I? So we don't technically process any wood, but I will leave that to a video when I go out there. Would you ever get an 8330? Would we ever? Really now, I don't see any reason why we need one. Like, that's just, I don't know why anyone goes for overpower when they don't need it. We don't need that at the moment unless we're going to start, I don't know, well, even if we had a plough, the two 4220s are, more than adequate for pretty much anything we need to do. So an 8330, unless I won the lottery and moved to Texas and had huge areas, I don't see the need of one. I'd love to try one. Oh, you have an 8294 done 27,000 hours. Oh, that must be sick. I'm glad you like the videos, Paul. I live in Texas. Come on down. May take you up on that offer. Justin, you. See, I am nostalgic about Fiats. Grew up with Fiats. Fiats and Fords is what we grew up with. Ironically, turned to New Holland. How funny is that? So, yeah, I'm not nostalgic about much. I'm more about moving on. Like, things are the past for a reason. But, there's no harm in having a bit of nostalgia over something every now and again. Do we do conventional baling instead or use a machine? Just use a machine. Yeah, we don't do any conventional baling outside. I guess you... Yeah, I cut my foot. Basically, how I put an axe in my foot is I was trying to miss the Jack Russell that ran by the chopping block, so I leant back to not hit him, and then the axe ended up my foot. But it's all right. I'm still operating. Have we got a quad bike? No. Used to have one. Would like one again. Again, time will tell on that one. If we get sheep, it's probably going to happen. Yeah, it's a good tractor to drive. The only things I didn't like about Fiat was that sort of that clacker thing on the right side. Was on, Seth. Foot's good. It hurt for 2 days. It's not too bad today. Minus 18. I live in Scotland. Wow. You must have like 40 odd layers on. Yeah, I sliced my foot chopping wood. Missing a Jack Russell. Just went over that last night. Oh, last night. Minus 18. That is ridiculous. You're trying to expand your sheep flock. What would be my advice? So, some of the cheapest ways of doing it is keep your ewe lambs, ditch your rams, so you don't have to buy in any sheep, but you obviously won't have to buy the replacements. You just have to buy a replaced ram, which is, you know, we did that a few times, but you won't have whatever, well, unless you've got purebreds. If you've got something like a mule, it won't be a 50-50 cross mule. It will be, well, be something else. So, new defender. Oh, 1 second. I'll get to the new defender in a minute. I quite like the new defenders. But expanding a sheep flock, depends how much ground you got. If you are lacking ground, if you start block grazing, so graze them tighter and then move them once or twice a day as a bunch, so as a mob, you could get more stock on a smaller area. So it depends what is holding you back. The new defender, I was off the way it looked to start off with. I don't like all the colours.